There's broad criticism from government and industry of China's decision to impose strict new limits and tariffs on Australian beef exports. Harry Clark joins us with the details. Harry, good morning to you. So it sort of came quite quickly, didn't it? How will the tariffs work?
G'day, Janie. It was out of the blue. China's Ministry of Commerce has announced that it will impose strict new quotas on Australian beef exports, and then anything over that will impose a 55% tariff in Australia's quota for this year, being 2026. The limit is set at 2.6 million tonnes. And for context, in last year, 2025, that's about how much beef Australia exported to China by November. In 2028, the quota will increase to 2.8 million tonnes, and anything over that will impose that 55% duty. The Trade Minister Don Farrell and the Agriculture Minister Julie Collins said they're both very disappointed by China's decision. Here is Prime Minister Albanese and Opposition Leader Susan Lee.
We are communicating with our counterparts. This is something that wasn't Australia being singled out. This is a general position that China has put. We are advocating, as we always do, for Australian industry.
And makes it very clear that Australia should not be included in any of these arrangements when it comes to restrictions on the trade of beef to China or additional tariffs that may be placed on that trade.
And Janie, the Australian Meat Industry Council said it was extremely disappointed by the decision. Australia's beef exports to China are worth $3 billion a year, and there are fears that could be slashed by $1 billion under this new tariff regime.
All right, Harry Clark, thank you very much. Well, joining us live is Nationals leader David Littleproud. David, good morning to you. So John Condon from Beef Central has just put out a release there, and he says that the measures are far from impartial and impact Australia more than some others. Are you disappointed by this announcement?
Yeah, we're gutted. I mean, this is $1 billion potentially that'll come out of the wallets of Australian farmers, and particularly what that does is flow through to regional communities that'll feel the impact of this. This is something that's been reviewed for some 12 months, and we don't believe there is a case for China to do this and to single out Australia in this. Our beef production and the product that we send to China is different to what is produced in China. This is really the impacts of significant imports from South America, and it's South America that should be singled out, not Australia. We're less than 10% of actual total beef imports into China. And so this is really where Australia has been harshly dealt with. And I think it's important that the Albanese government looks closely at the reasoning behind this to ensure that it's within WTO rules, continues dialogue, but also accelerates the expansion of other markets to be able to get product around the world into new and expanding markets.
And you mentioned other markets, and I believe China is Australia's second most lucrative beef export, USA being the first. What will this mean, and how easy is it to look at other markets?
Yeah, and it depends on the type of cut. I mean, the US takes a lot of our ground beef, which is a lower quality. It goes into their burgers. The higher quality end has gone predominantly into Asia. And this is where we'll have to look at, and particularly at the moment, they take a significant amount that goes into casseroles and those types of dishes, which in particular in their winter is very important to them. So it is about trying to maintain market ownership in China as much as we can. Understand we'll probably do this quota by about July, August, and then everything after that will have a 55% tariff imposed on it. So finding new markets in other parts of Asia will be very important. Key markets like Japan and Korea and also Vietnam will be pivotal in us trying to be able to diversify those markets for Australian beef producers.